Hello, everybody. What's good? What's happening? I am the Human Popsicle, and this is introduce yourself, buddy.
I'm Detective Ross. I had way too much to drink tonight.
I mean, you have way too much to drink all the time. It's kind of how your powers work.
Why? God, why?
Well, unfortunately, that's just life. That's what people say.
It's kind of funny considering the fact that I can literally blame God in this situation. Like, a couple of our guys, like, they've met him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny how we live in a universe where the creator exists and people still choose to use their own beliefs to be assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Well, anyway, okay, so we're superheroes. We've been doing the superhero shtick for a while, and the whole idea is we are here to basically, like, go into heavy detail about, like, we're pretty much just having a little podcast here in our space station, and we're going over in today's episode, we are going to be going over pet peeves. The biggest pet peeves we have as superheroes and what we just genuinely do not like about, well, superhero, like being, like, the things that just annoy us about being superheroes for the most part. So, well, you asked me to be a part of this, so I'm you go first, man.
Okay. First, drink.
Oh yeah, here's the six-pack.
All right. First thing, I guess, is like, it would just be a lot easier if we didn't have to deal with as many outer gods, like alternate dimensional beings and stuff like that. Like, aliens from other worlds, I can wrap my head around that just fine, but, like, what do other dimensions want with us?
You know what? I kind of agree with you on that. I do kind of feel like every time people try I do genuinely feel like pulling someone into another dimension is annoying as shit. Because it's like, hey, you have your world, we've got our worlds. Like, yeah, like, we help out alien races all the time because, well, alien dictators, they can be assholes. They mostly are assholes. But, like, I will straight up admit that, yeah, the shit that, like, going to an entirely different universe that can fundamentally be similar but works super differently to ours, it's one of the most annoying things about, well, having this job. I genuinely hate having to go to other universes because it is, like, a really annoying commute. Plus, there's always a different way to get to different universes. There's no universal way to travel there, too. Like, that's also annoying.
When teleportation isn't an instant solution, you fucked up.
Yeah. Which
well. Hey, one of our friends, what was her name? Liliana?
Yeah.
Something like that? I heard that she was trying to, like, work on like, an easy dimensional bridge, but that's not, like, until, like, 10 years from now.
Yeah, plus, I think, like, I don't know what the deal is with this, but so many people get so frustrated when she talks about these ideas, because, like, she is a very intelligent woman. One of the smartest women I have ever met in my life.
Probably in the entire world, too.
Yeah, most likely. But for some strange reason, people get very pissy with her simply because she talks about scientific ideas and concepts that supervillains have used. And this is another little pet peeve I have. Just because a supervillain did something similar doesn't inherently mean that it's, like, objectively a bad idea.
It's like knives. Like, you can use them to cut steak, or you can use them to stab people.
Exactly. Like, I remember Liliana told me about this the other day, and this actually pissed me off when she told me about it, because it genuinely got on my nerves. But she explained to me that she wanted to create what she calls perfect teleportation. Like, she straight up said that it's a way to allow people to not just teleport into other dimensions, but literally could just, like, open up doors to wherever anyone wants. And she straight up said that, and she said that she's, like, tested out this idea and concept tons of times, but one of the, I think it was, like, God, what's the name of the fucking, like, what's the name of that, like, fucking I think the United States started, like, their own, like, a real-life version of, like, Marvel's S.H.I.E.L.D. to try and control superheroes. What's the fucking name of it again?
Aegis.
Aegis. Yeah, Aegis reached out to her.
We're not even being subtle with the name, too.
Yeah, like, Aegis reached out to her, literally reached out to her via fucking email, of all things, and told her that they didn't want her working on this because...
Oh, they start working on it themselves.
Yeah, they did. They started working on this shit themselves, and they stole her research to do it, too, which pissed me the fuck off.
That's one hell of a lawsuit.
No, it's not even a lawsuit, because she can't sue them because she didn't patent her research. It was more of a little private, personal project she was doing, and in order for her to patent that research, she had to jump through some legal loopholes and shit. And even then, it still kind of got a little fucky because, well, it's not like the people who are making it actually... It's not like, you know, people really give a shit what most superheroes think. But the reason Aegis said they didn't want her working on it was because of a supervillain who has the ability to open portals. Yeah, there's a supervillain that has the power to open portals, and they're like, we don't want you working on this because, you know, there's a villain out there who can do the same thing, and we think anything supervillains do is an instant net negative unless it's, like, being controlled by somebody. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. Just because supervillains do. Like, what's something that you wish everyone had the ability to do that a supervillain can do?
I mean, like, aside from being able to, like, somehow be able to crowdfund like hell, actually, there's not really a lot of much because, like, they don't really do things all that different than how we do things. It's just that they use it for evil purposes.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they're evil because our government says so and shit like that.
Yeah, like, I feel like
I don't want to get too real right now.
Yeah, but there are just way too many fucking villains, which is another pet peeve I have. There are too many goddamn villains out there that we have had to stop simply because the government or police don't like them.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
Yeah, President Hamilton's many things, but, like, a little misguided, she's definitely one of them.
Ugh. I swear, like, sometimes, because she's nowhere near as bad as this person, but, like, you remember Amanda Waller from DC Comics?
I don't know, because, like, I have a conflating image of her, because, like, on the one hand, it's like, she was nice to Terry at the end of that one thing where she told him that, like, he's got Bruce's heart, but on the other hand, Viola Davis is one very intimidating lady, but I am also simultaneously aroused by that. I like strong women, what can I say?
Yeah, me too. Which is why I'm more into Wonder Woman. I mean, dude, have you seen my wife?
Yeah.
They don't call my wife Titanius for nothing.
Yeah, you lucky son of a bitch. Treat her well, man.
Oh, I do. Didn't start off that way, but I do. But anyway, getting back to the topic, like, I guess that is, like, a huge pet peeve that we have to put up with, but, like, what is a supervillain that you genuinely did not want to stop? Like, there was a villain that you knew was, like, either 100% in the right or they were mostly in the right, and you knew that if you stopped them, you would feel terrible for doing so.
Hua Xiang.
Oh, what's that dude's whole deal?
He was a guy who used his Taoist spiritualism in order to grant himself powers, but it also kind of, like, turned him into some huge environmentalist. Like, he viewed, like, the human race had to be stopped. That's because of, like, pollution and stuff. And, like, all the guy needs is, like, a decent talking to and realizing that, like, especially, like, younger people, like they know this stuff's a problem and they're making active steps to stop it. So, like, wiping out the entire human race is pointless because we're already fighting back against climate change.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I didn't want to stop him. I mean, like, I'd probably still punch him in the face, but, like, I didn't want to, like, stop his plans. I just wanted him to realize, like, hey, we're already doing that stuff.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think for me, the villain I genuinely regretted stopping was this young kid by the name of Mariah Salone. See, she was basically, like, she is a tech wizard, very good tech wizard. And she wanted to create, and she was working on, like, this, she was working on this really cool and really awesome, like, series of prosthetics, But the reason I had to stop, it was mostly just me, like, it was kind of like me being like a police officer that had to pull up and just like take away something because she legally couldn't have it. And it's because the prosthetics she used, or at least the research she used to create these prosthetics, they were, for the most part, not legally hers. As in, the resources she used, like, she stole them from a junkyard. Like, she stole a lot of them from a junkyard. And she, like, went into, like, these old cars in a nearby junkyard. She pulled out a bunch of, like, the old engines and took the gold and, like, some of the stuff from them. And she, like, and she even found, like, a bunch of old phones. Because there's gold inside of phones. You can just, like, rip that out of phones and whatnot and wires. She just found a bunch of this stuff and created possibly the best prosthetics I think I've ever seen. Like, you literally, all you gotta do is you gotta...
I think you told me some of that the other day, actually.
Yeah, because, like, you take it, you pop it on your arm, like, you pop it where your missing arm is replaced, and then you take, and then you take a little patch and you put it on the back of your neck, and what it does is it reads your brain signals and lets you control the arm perfectly. And I don't know where she is, because she ended up running with, like, a bunch of her research off somewhere, but I had to confiscate all of this stuff, and I'm just like... Jesus Christ, that is... Like, I didn't want to take any of her stuff. I wanted to give her a high five. I wanted to fund this if I had the money. But again, I was told that I legally had to stop her, and that ticked me off.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like, that actually ticked me off. Ugh. Oh, well. I guess we should probably get to some more little pet peeves, like little small things, because we're getting a little bit too real here about how fucked our governments are.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
I don't want to say mantles, because, like, being inspired by somebody, like, that's actually a really cool thing, so, like, I'm just gonna put that on the side burner, and I'll talk about that some other time, but...
But what?
I don't know, just... You go off with something first, I'll think of something.
Alright, a little pet peeve that I kind of have when dealing with superhero stuff has to definitely be the idiotic ideas that people usually have about superheroes when it comes to our costumes. Now, I know that in, like, comic books and in movies, many costumes they're basically, like, skin-tight stuff. And, yes, there are lots of superheroes who wear skin-tight costumes. My wife, she doesn't need it because, well, in her name, Titanus, literally, it's because her skin is as strong as titanium. Well, actually, it's way stronger than that. But, like, she's got titanium skin, it's a little brand thing she does. But basically, what ends up happening is, most costumes are not supposed to be, like, over-sexualized for the most part, and I think that's something I really hate, how so many, like, people in public will be like, hey, can you strike a pose for me? And then we do, like, a little mundane or, like, a little cool superhero pose, and then they're like, no, can you do this pose? And it's just, like, I swear, the other day...
We're not posing for Vogue here, guys. Come
exactly.
on.
I'm not trying to be on the cover of fucking Victoria's Secret or Playboy magazine, It's weird because and what makes it even worse is that people do this to teen heroes too.
Oh god, don't even get me fucking started on those guys.
Jesus Christ, like those fucking creeps. Like I remember I went to a Comic-Con convention with Titanus, and we were with some of the intern heroes who have been working here for a while, and basically what ended up happening is because like we were there and they were wearing their costumes, because we legally have to go to costumes if we want to go to conventions or something. We can't just pull up in some blue jeans or some slacks or something. And I remember I was
going in your secret identity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, like, what ended up happening is, like, some people were there and they were like, hey, can you strike some poses for us? And they were, like, genuinely decent people. And then one of the women was like, hey, can you strike this pose? And she straight up did, I think it was called, like, the Jacko pose or something. I think that's
Jacko?
Yeah, it was like a pose where, like, you bend down and, like, it's like you're bending down with your legs up in the air or something like that. and you're supposed to be like super flexible to do it. And she was asking one of the superheroines that was there with us. She was like, "Hey, can you do this pose?" Because she knew that her power was like you knew that she was like very flexible. Like that's literally this girl's power, is that she has the ability to, you know, like literally like manipulate her body in different ways. And she thought that doing that pose was appropriate. And when the girl said, "No, I don't want to do that pose, that's inappropriate," and like she's like, "Well, I mean, you're already wearing a sexy outfit. What's the deal?" And I'm like,
God, that logic.
Yeah, especially because the outfit she wears isn't even really sexy. Like the outfit she wore was a leotard, a skirt, and she had like a belt around the skirt. That is basically her outfit. That is that is not sexual.
That's actually very simple in comparison to a lot of other things. Yeah, but it's like the only person you find that anywhere near attractive is her partner, if she has one.
Yeah, she does. She does. She has a girlfriend, and I swear to God, like her girlfriend wasn't there, but I've met her girlfriend, and I'm just saying that lady was lucky her girlfriend was not there, because I know for a fact that we would have gotten kicked out of that convention if her girlfriend was there.
Oh, dude, we get so fucking sued.
Yeah, we wouldn't just be sued. We'd be fucking we wouldn't even be able to function most of the time if that happened. Yeah. Which I think these kids really got to learn to control their anger. No, they don't need to control their anger. They just got to learn to deal with the bullshit, which is something I think lots of young heroes have to learn. Because we get it. Being a superhero can be a very bullshit job, job. But
actually, that reminds me that there's this girl who she signed up with the detective agency, and then she was assigned to me for a while. Her name is Millie Anderson. I don't know if she's I don't know if she's got a super name or something. I just know her by her real name. But Millie, I don't know, some jackass assigned her this borderline fetish Halloween costume as her superhero outfit, and she nearly bought into it too, but it then just the reality of it set in. She's like, "Oh wait, no, this guy's just trying to perv on me."
Oh man.
This is why women hate us.
Yeah. There are just so many you can when I hear women on podcasts and shit being "No, men only sexualize women," or "Men are pieces of shit." Obviously that's not true, but then you just see the worst of dudes out there, and you're like, yeah, I can understand, I get it, I know why women hate us.
Yeah, this is why they fucking hate us.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. But I hate how so many people think that most superhero outfits are over-sexualized. And what I also hate is the fucking body standards people have for superheroes.
Oh, jeez, that's even worse.
Yeah, I remember because I actually did have a sidekick for a small amount of time, and I'm not really gonna I'm not really gonna say too much about her because most people didn't even know she was supposed to be my sidekick. But she ended up quitting because people treated her like crap, because she was plus size for the most part. She was a little bit on the heavier side. And
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and she is super acrobatic. She is super acrobatic. And everyone, not everybody, but every time she went out and saved somebody, people would judge her because of her weight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I met her a couple times. I think I invited her over to my house once. She cleared out my wife's casserole real fast, but then again, none of us really liked that casserole, so she was handy that way.
Your wife's casserole is not that bad, dude. Wait, was it the green bean casserole?
Yeah, she's she knows that I don't really like green beans. I'll still eat it because she makes it taste all right, but it's not something I'm going to constantly go back to.
Yeah, I just hate green bean casserole in general, so yeah, I fully understand. Yeah, but most of your wife's casseroles are fantastic. Her turkey casserole, her fucking God, what was it?
That freaking cordon bleu casserole she made. Oh man, that's my favorite. Really hell on the waistline, but so worth it.
Yeah, that fucking that shrimp casserole. I do not like shrimp at all, but I will still eat your wife's shrimp casserole because of how she seasons it.
Yeah, spice the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Then again, I'm weak to fucking spicy food.
Same, dude.
But anyway, but yeah, the fucking body standards people have for heroes is just, it's really fucking annoying because like they expect every hero to be like these fucking Adonises, but like no, most of us look average as hell. Like my wife,
we're not Adonis and Nike. Come on.
Yeah, like my fucking wife, like many people, like I don't judge people based on conventional attractiveness at all. Because if that were the case, then there'd be like only 2 people I know that actually fit with like the fucking Victoria's Secret Barbie doll model. But
Barbie wouldn't even approve of this.
Yeah, Barbie. Fucking love that movie. I don't know why it's just so funny to me.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was so fucking funny, and I swear, like
I told my mom after I saw it, and I just told her thank you.
Like I remember my in fact, what's even funnier is that my fucking hell. Like, I remember one of my old friends from high school, he saw the Barbie movie, and he thought, oh my god, this film is so sexist to men. It treats men like shit. I'm like, that's not the point of the film. It's supposed to be a comedy. Most of the lessons here aren't supposed to be taken seriously, and it's annoying as shit that he just wouldn't shut up about it. But, like, basically...
Well, I mean, like, at least Ken's version of patriarchy wasn't nearly as socially damaging as like the normal one.
Yeah, Ken was just like he was taking like the basics of what a little kid would think patriarchy is.
Yeah, if only it was like that in real life, and just we get free horses and that's it.
I would love a free horse.
Yeah.
I'd name mine Butterscotch.
I'd name mine Buttercup.
Yeah, Butterscotch and Buttercup, the Butter Brothers.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking
the
awesome.
Butter Brothers.
The Butter Brothers.
Butter Brothers.
Yeah. But anyway, fuck, what was I? Yeah, but like, basically, like, I remember, like, my wife, she, like, for the love of God, she is buff as hell, like, really fucking buff and whatnot, and I'm sure so many people, and the amount of people who assumed she was a lesbian just because of how buff she was is ridiculous.
Shit. I mean, like, she's bisexual, right?
Yeah, she's bi, but, like, she will, like, she swings them all, sister. She goes for men and women. Yeah,
I mean, like, she's bi, but she chose you. So.
Yeah. I'm surprised she chose me, but yeah.
You lucky son of a bitch.
I am lucky. I am lucky as hell, because, like, under no other circumstance would this woman have chosen me. Under no other circumstance.
Well, you're doing something right.
Apparently. At least that's what she says. Anyway, but, like, yeah, because I remember back when I actually first started doing superhero work, when I first met my wife, she was, like, genuinely, like, again, she's buff as hell and whatnot, and people were constantly getting pissy with her simply because of the fact that they assumed she was a lesbian, and she kept having to tell people that she's not. Like, she kept having to tell people she wasn't a lesbian and that she wasn't, like, she was into both, but she kept having to correct people because they assumed that because she was so fucking muscular and because she has, like, really big muscles, that meant she had to be attracted to women. And it was annoying for the most part, but honestly, it was not as bad as what happened to my, like, ex-sidekick. It was not as bad as what happened to her, because she straight up quit because she couldn't handle people talking about her weight, and that just pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, she's a good kid.
She is. She's an artist now, and she's doing fantastic work. I hope she gets as much, as much as she can. Like, I really hope she, gets as big as possible, because she fucking deserves it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, are there, like, any other examples of, like, fucking body standards with you that you've had to put up with?
I actually got, like, a really weird metabolism. And, like, you think with as much alcohol as I consume, like, if I'd have, like, a permanent beer gut thing going on?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not exactly, like an Olympian or anything, but, like, I'm decently fit for the most part.
Yeah, but, like, have you ever seen people get, like, judged because of the body type they have?
Well, I'm trying to use myself as an example because, like, I don't fit into what people's usual image of the hard-drinking detective fits into, and they think that I'm just, like, using this whole thing as a fake aesthetic or something.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, it's weird, but... I think the overall thing is just, like... Yeah, I just realized the farther we go into this, the more it's going to get a little too more real again.
Yeah, but, like, I think that's kind of what... I don't think it's really bad to get a little real every once in a while, because, like, at the end of the day, like, people Like, this is a podcast about giving people a more human understanding of superheroes, because, like, we're not gods, alright? As much as DC and Marvel would like to make us out to be, superheroes are not gods. We're people, too. So when we talk about stuff like, this is a genuine experience. Like, we're giving you genuine experience here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. No, like, I'm actually lucky enough to not have seen any of that stuff firsthand. But, like, outside of your sidekick, but, like, other than that, like, no, I don't know enough about this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, it's cool, you thought of any, like, big pet peeves or little stories, or just, like, small annoyances you've had to deal with?
Actually, yeah. You see, like, this occasional friend of mine, he's a vigilante thief who goes by the name of the Stalker. The guy's got valid points about why he steals and, like, from who he steals, but at the same time, it's like, I want to be a little bit more smart about it. Sometimes it just feels like he does it just because, like, he gets off of the thrill or something like that. Like, because, like, I looked into his family background, like, he comes from a bit of prestigious family, and, like, he's not in a position where he ever has to want for anything. But at the same time, people are just addicted to thrill.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I honestly, I wish I could just, like, better talk to this kid.
Yeah, there are way too many adrenaline junkies out there. Like, I will straight up say that if you become a superhero because you like the thrill of being a superhero, then by all means, do not become a superhero.
Please don't.
Because being a superhero is not supposed to be about thrills. Like, it's like people who become police officers because they want a gun. It's just not. It's just not worth it if you're gonna do it for that.
Is the worst fucking thing you could do.
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, like, one of the things that I think I've had to explain to, like, so many different young heroes is that, sure, being a superhero can be fun. Like, you can have fun while doing this, but under no circumstance should you ever see being a superhero as this big, fun roller coaster ride. Alright?
Like, I'd actually point to, like, the Arachnid as, like, the best example of that, because, like, his whole deal is that, like, you know, power, responsibility, that whole thing, but he still manages to have fun with his superhero identity because, like, I mean, who wouldn't have fun being a human pendulum?
Pretty much. He also never shuts up.
Yeah, I found out that he only does that because he's stressed out, though.
Which makes sense. I mean, I remember, like, when I first started, I never shut the hell up. I was constantly making quips at my villains.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good way to disarm them, too. Like, if they think you're not taking them seriously, it can give them, like, this false sense of security. Like, oh, this kid doesn't know what he's in for. And like, it's actually really cool watching them, like, lose their shit as they're being... Because, like, there are some really funny times where I've just caused a supervillain to absolutely, like, fucking lose it because they thought that I was going to be, like, an easy victory because I was constantly making jokes. And then they just started going absolute ape shit. They just started going crazy, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I remember when you fought Quake that one time, and you just started making fun of his southern accent.
Oh, God. I swear, because not only was that funny, but it was just hilarious how he genuinely thought that, oh, yeah, a dude who can make earthquakes is perfect to go up against a dude with ice powers, which technically he is, because he kept breaking my damn ice structures, which was annoying, but... Like, I was still kicking his ass. That's the big thing that he kept kind of forgetting. Like,
yeah, lucky you, they can make, like, beams of ice and stuff.
Exactly. There's also why I like fighting psychic villains, because psychic villains always assume that because they can, like... They really don't understand that I can literally create ice anywhere. Like, I can literally, like, if I wanted to, I could freeze their heads instantly.
Yeah.
So I just give them brain freeze, and that's about it.
Oh, dude, that's even worse than just, like, completely freezing them solid.
Well, I mean, their entire power is dealt with their mind, so it makes, like, it's a pretty obvious weakness that I can exploit when I'm going up against psychic villains.
Yeah.
Might be a bit of a cheap move, though.
Yeah, kind of. I thought like the cheapest you could be against a psychic is just think of pictures of naked women or something.
I mean, like, not all psychics can read your mind. Some psychics can, but, like, these guys aren't like the Psychonauts where they're, like, jack-of-all-trades psychic powers. Many psychics, unfortunately, are, like, restricted to one psychic power.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
Speaking of which, don't we kind of have, like, a real version of the Psychonauts in this world?
Yeah, there's like a day camp for them.
It is yeah. I'm not gonna say it's adorable because that might be rude, but like, yeah, there are a bunch of people out there who are basically like just like this whole agency filled with psychic individuals that are specifically made to deal with psychic threats. I think they work very similar to how we work. Like, they're commissioned to, you know, go and handle and deal with like different individuals or something. Like, they're commissioned by the government to handle certain problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah. I think I actually met... No, actually, I think my ex is a part of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing fine. We, got drinks the other night.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You seeing anybody right now?
You mean besides my wife? Yeah, am I seeing anybody right now besides my fucking wife? Yeah.
No, I mean, like, is she seeing anybody? That's what I asked.
Oh. Sorry, I thought I misheard you. I thought you said, am I seeing anyone? Fucking, no, I don't think so, actually. I don't think she's seeing anybody. Yeah, I think she's, sort of done with dating at the moment because, like, I think she kind of realized that she might not be the best person to date after a lot of the stuff that she's done. Because, like, again, she's a good woman. She didn't start that way, and that's not me being like, you know, like, oh, fuck my ex. I'm not doing that. I'm being like, serious. Like, you know how she used to be, right?
Yeah. She kind of came across as like needing to please people in order to feel like she had to be validated in a certain space.
Yeah, but even then, like, before that, she was kind of, I don't know, like, she was just kind of, it's like she was kind of angry all the time at people for like the smallest things.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely don't get why she just came off as so rude to certain people for things that, for all intents and purposes, weren't really, like, their fault. Like, I remember when she snapped at her little brother because he was trying to help her take down a supervillain. That came out of nowhere to me. That felt like it came out of nowhere to me. But, you know, I get it. Like, I get it. She was going through some stuff. Which, speaking of which, I think that brings us to another topic. This one, I'm pretty sure we can get a lot of pet peeves out of: relationships in superheroing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm sure we have a lot of things to talk about in that regard. So, what are like some relationship pet peeves you kind of have when it comes to superheroing?
You mean like aside from all the broken promises?
Oh yeah, broken promises. Again, I didn't really have that much of an issue because I kind of told everyone I knew that I had superpowers. And I kind of put it together. Like, if someone knows you, they're going to figure out your identity very quickly. Like, I think that's just something most people have to come to terms with. Like, if someone personally knows you and you're around them, they're going to find out your identity. They can act like they don't know, but a part of you is always going to have that feeling that they're going to figure it out. And I think, like, eventually you end up getting to the point where it's like, oh yeah, they know. Like, you go from having that feeling of, okay, do they know or do they not know, to, no, they fucking know. Like, they know who I am. They know what I'm doing. Like, they know. And I think that's one of the funniest parts of, like, being a superhero for the most part. Because at the end of the day, like, once someone figures out your identity, it gives you that sort of sense of relief, but it also kind of makes you wonder if having a secret identity with, like, the closest people, like, is that really worth it for the most part? Because, like, I never fully understood the danger of having, like, the people closest to you know your identity.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, as long as other people don't know that they know, then what's the big deal?
Good point.
Yeah. And I've tried asking other heroes about this, but I don't think they've been able to like explain it to me properly.
Yeah.
So like, do you get that? Like, do you understand why many people won't tell the people closest to them their secret identity?
Actually, no, I don't.
Yeah. Cause your wife, back when you two were in high school, she figured out you had powers, right?
Yeah, and that was unfortunate that I could only have them when inebriated.
Yeah. Which, speaking of which, how exactly did you figure out? Like, how exactly did you find out about your powers?
I broke into my dad's boost stash just out of pure boredom.
Oh. Yeah, that's one way to figure them out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I never asked. We've known each other for years, but I never asked you that. I am genuinely surprised that this is the first time I've asked that question.
Yeah, it's a little like it's like frighteningly easy to explain, but like at the same time, it's just.
All right. Well, anything? Yeah, but like besides the broken promises, what's like another pet peeve you probably? Like, you think other heroes might go through, or like a little issue other heroes might go through when trying to have a relationship and be a superhero?
I guess arrogance would also be another thing.
How so?
Well, unless you have that great responsibility mindset, or if you're just like not in a position where you feel like you need to have. Okay, what's the word I'm trying to? The thrill seeker thing again. Just like people kind of just let power go to their heads, and they inadvertently get like a lot of supervillains out of it, which really sucks.
Oh yeah.
Some dumb kids. There's some really dumb kids.
Yeah, which actually brings me to something. Like, what is your overall opinion on kid superheroes?
No. Just no.
Like, are you okay with the the little hero intern program we got going on?
I mean, like, if it helps, like, kids with powers, like, find out what to do, then like, I'm fine with it there, but at the same time, it's like, I also don't like the idea of kids in danger.
Which, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I fully understand that. Especially when wasn't there this, like, weird, I'm not gonna say it was a trend or a fad, but there was this, like, weird time period where people would have kid sidekicks.
Yeah. That's just, all kinds of nope.
Yeah, that didn't really sit right with me. I think the thing that sort of changed people's minds on it was when, God, what was the name of that dude? But, like, he had a sidekick who ended up, like, I think he ended up getting kidnapped by one of the supervillains, and then the kid went through such a traumatizing experience that I think the kid's still a hero, but like I think he like straight up makes it clear that the idea of kid sidekicks in general was terrible. Like, he went on and like wrote books about it. I think they even made like a movie about it the other week, or that came out the other week about it too. Like, what exactly? Like, I can't fully remember the situation itself, but like. What was that situation where a kid got kidnapped by a supervillain and was like just gone for weeks? Like, what the heck happened there? Because I can't fully remember it.
The Gone Home situation is what I remember it being called. But I vaguely remember. I don't know. Like, again, too many drinks. But it's like, I kind of remember hearing about like this kid and just like, I'm surprised that he even still wants to do shit now because of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, drinks are getting to me, man, right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part. But definitely.
But, okay, so I got a question for you, actually. Have you ever dated a supervillain?
No, I have never dated a supervillain, but I do actually have a friend who is currently married to a supervillain. Yeah, so you know the superhero who literally calls himself Grease Lightning?
Oh.
Yeah.
And wait, isn't he the sidekick of JonTron Man?
JonTron Man. Very good reference.
Fucking Grease Lightning.
No. No, not like the actual fucking... No. Good reference, by the way. Like, I don't know if anyone's gonna get it because, well, JonTron hasn't really been a thing for a while, and he's uploads like one video a fucking year. But like, no, like the actual superhero who like can control sound waves, and he calls himself Grease Lightning.
Oh.
Yeah, that dude, like, so, you know, like, that dude out there, like, the fucking Soundwave guy who basically is, like, if Johnny Storm from the Marvel comic books became a real dude?
Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah, he's married to a supervillain. And, thing is, I have no fucking clue how their marriage works, because they're legally married to each other, and apparently, like, you can see, like, there are images online of them going on dates. There's, like, a whole-ass blog about it, which... I mean, I fucking hate paparazzi, but still. So, when it comes down to it, like, a part of me, like, I will never understand how someone can date, let alone marry a supervillain, you know? I will never fully understand that, because you are on two opposite sides of the law. One of you is, like, fucking causing a bunch of destruction and shit, and the other one of you is supposed to be, like, righteous and good and heroic. You know? Like, unless one of you is, like, playing for the other side, I don't really get, like, how that's the thing. Like, unless one of you is, like, a secret agent or some shit. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
It's, like, really weird.
Oh, so they got, like, a Clint Barton Black Widow situation.
Yeah, but didn't Black Widow become a hero in the comics before her and Clint started dating?
No, like they were together while she was like considered a bad guy. I think. Hey, but I mean, like I don't know. We're just waiting on this one, I guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully she does. Hopefully she becomes a bad guy. As long as they're happy together, like I guess that's the best thing. But like, I'd hate to fight friends.
Yeah. Plus, she is like, technically, she's an eco-terrorist because like her whole thing is like she wants to protect the plants and whatnot. And the supervillain stuff that she does is she literally goes into places where, like, I think can't fully remember, but I think she goes to places where supervillains, like, not supervillains, where like these ancient plants used to be, and she genetically recreates them and then plants them. And I think it's like illegal for her to be planting plants like that, because a lot of the plants that she's trying to bring back are actually invasive species. Like, I remember, like, you know that giant tree that's in the middle of Central Park, New York, that's like 50 stories tall? Yeah. She planted that.
Oh, right.
Yeah. That was like the first big super villainous thing that she really did. She planted that, and it was illegal for her to plant, but because she planted it, there's now a 40 to 50 story tall big ass tree in the middle of New York Central Park that no one can chop down, because if they do, it could cause way too much damage to the surrounding buildings, and it will most likely, you know, like, and it would most likely be, like, cost way too much goddamn money.
Let's hope it's not secretly poisoning us.
It's not. I was one of the superheroes that was sent to check on it, to, like, make sure it wasn't, like, hurting anybody. It's not. It's a very evasive, like, I think it's supposed to be, like, a prehistoric tree, But it's evasive, as in, like, it killed a lot of, like, it didn't kill, but it makes it so that many of the other trees in Central Park can't grow properly, so they're all gonna grow, like, all spiraled and shit. They're not gonna go straight up. They're gonna look like, it's gonna look like fucking Whoville over there for a while, but other than that...
I'd like to go there during Christmas.
Yeah, like, apparently the trees looks really beautiful during the wintertime, because its leaves don't just fall off, they straight up change color.
Huh.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, imagine blue leaves on that thing.
Oh shit, they don't just turn blue. Like I was in New York last Christmas. I was visiting Strata Woman and her sons, and it was beautiful. It was very beautiful. Like, that thing was fucking beautiful. Like, I'm kind of happy that New Yorkers have kind of like claimed the tree as their own. Like, I think the U.S. government have tried getting in there, and like they've been trying to like find a way to legally chop the tree down because they don't want it there for some reason, which I'm like, fuck the US government for that shit. But other than that, I feel like they really don't have much of a reason to be pissed off at people for wanting a big ass tree there.
Yeah,
which is honestly pretty fucking hilarious. That the U.S. government is trying to chop down a big-ass tree that people are consistently saying, hey, we want to be there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they haven't found a way to legally chop it down.
Yeah.
So it's staying. It is staying.
Real quick. Hey, bartender! Yeah, take a round of pretzel sticks, please. I'm hungry.
Makes sense. I mean, we are basically recording this in like the cafeteria area, which I'm actually happy I chose this time to record, because it's like seriously, like I'm happy I chose this time to record because no one is here. Most of the heroes are down on Earth doing their own shit.
Yeah, it's just us and Reggie.
Yeah. Speaking of which, where the fuck even is Reggie? He usually is in the cafeteria around this time.
That's the guy I asked for pretzel sticks.
Oh shit! Oh, I was thinking of
Seriously,
another
forgot
Reggie.
his name.
No, I was thinking of another Reggie, because there are like 5 Reggies up. There are like 5 Reggies who work in this fucking space station, dude. There are 5 Reggies that work here. Okay. Jesus. So yeah, no. So like, excuse me if I get a little confused with all the Reggies we know. Like, what's your opinion on like superhero movies in general?
Oh, just that noise. Oh,
that's how you feel. Like, there are some really good ones.
I mean, there's some good ones, but I mean, like, at the same time, we don't, like, for us, I don't really feel like we need them.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, it's not like we're not really getting much out of them when it comes to superhero movies.
Yeah, and like they're like the superheroes that like use the whole thing in order to feed into their own ego by just playing themselves and stuff. And I'm like, like, we do have superhero movies. It's called the news.
Yeah, which is also kind of funny because like many of the heroes who do that and just play themselves, they usually like their movies usually suck.
Yeah.
Like, their movies...
I mean, like, I remember there was this one guy, and they were considering getting Anthony Starr for the role, but then just, like, at the last minute, like, the guy was like, no, I want to play myself.
And then the film was worse because of it. Because the film had a good script. I remember watching that movie. It had a great script, but he was, like, the worst part of that movie. Because he does not know how to act.
I mean, like, Carl Urban as the villain was actually pretty cool, but, like, I get the feeling that, like, this feels like revisionist fan fiction to me. I don't know why, but something about it feels like that.
I mean, crap, what was the hero's name again? Because I might recognize him.
Suburbanite.
Oh, fuck, yeah, no, that movie was fucking revisionist fan fiction. It was a good film, told a good story, but for the love of God, like, he was not that calm and collected throughout that entire film. He was not like that when that crap was actually going down, especially during the robot. That, first off, I'm gonna actually give props to the films, like, animators, because they did a really good job, and I mean a really good job designing the robot of that movie. because the robot in that film looked fantastic. The real one,
Yeah, didn't they get the Jim Henson guys in order to work on that?
yeah, they did. They got you fucking the Jim Henson company's making up is like fucking rich rich, ain't they?
Yeah.
Like they are loaded with the amount of stuff that people are asking them to help them make. But for the love of
I hope they're
God,
doing Jim proud, actually.
huh?
I hope they're doing Jim proud.
Oh, they are, because I swear that company has been able to create some of the greatest practical effects I think I've ever seen in a superhero film.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to robots. They have just nailed robots and puppetry and whatnot. Like, remember the movie they did based off of crap, what was it? I think there was like this magic superhero when Scarlet Knight. Remember the movie they did for Scarlet Knight? And you know that big like creepy monster that she had to fight at the end of that movie that looked like a straight up horror movie villain?
Like it looks like they tried to do that thing that the It Chapter 1 movie did with like that thing's spider form, except like they made it with practical effects, and it actually came out looking a lot better.
Yeah, it looks so cool. And I know the supervillain that she was fighting, like his name is like he's basically like this animal shapeshifter named Saragonis or something. I can't pronounce it properly.
Saragonis.
Huh?
You got to pronounce it with a Russian accent. That's the only way.
I have a shit Russian accent, so I don't think I'll be able to do that properly. But basically, like, because he actually, like, I actually seen this dude transform in person, because he fought me at one point, and the way he looked in that movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it was very accurate to how he actually looks when he transforms. It is cool.
Yeah, good thing Scarlett's able to, like, mentally project stuff, otherwise, like, that would be a lot harder to show.
I mean, there have been, like, constant videos of this dude out there in the world. I think the U.S. government has even released, like, some fucking photos and pictures of some of his transformations. I could have just used those, but...
Yeah, but she was basically able to make, like, an in-person 3D model of this guy on the fly.
Yeah. Although they did obviously change some stuff around. There are some parts of those transformations of his that they cannot show at all, because this film was, like, I think it was PG-13.
Yeah, well, because, like, his albino spider form, like... they made it look like a jumping spider for some reason in the movie. I don't know why.
That's because the form that he has is based off of a tarantula and an echidna. Because the actual form is supposed to be he fuses animals together for those transformations. And
I thought he just did the albino huntsman spider thing.
Oh, yeah, but like that's the thing. Like his actual real life transformations are based off of him fusing two animals together to create like different monstrous versions of himself. And
I've actually never fought this guy, so like I can't really say for sure. But like you describe him as like an echidna crossed with a spider, and that horrifies me.
That's kind of the whole point. He's supposed to be this horrifying.
No, I mean like I'm just imagining a spider with a four-headed penis, and just like that's terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's why they made him look like a jumping spider in the movie.
Right.
That's actually the reason why he's a jumping spider in the movie. Why they just had him look like a spider creature, because if they accurately just showed what he is, because yeah,
kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, kids, don't do anything like this at home. Seriously. Ugh. Which I'm actually surprised a lot of superhero movies are rated PG-13, because I know for a fact that if many of these movies were actively made, a lot of them would most likely be, they'd most likely either be rated PG, G, or straight up R. I know, like, if they made a movie based off me, it'd be rated R.
Yeah.
Because I fight some really crappy villains. Like, back when you first started, you actually did, like, get into some fights with supervillains. What was the most annoying supervillain you ever actually fought?
Techhead.
Techhead?
Just this fucking dickweed who would always like stream his fights and just it's like the man's a walking stereotype of everything old people hate about teenagers, and like and somehow even worse.
Yeesh. God. Doesn't the arachnid fight Techhead all the time?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just the fact that I had to deal with it for once, that's what makes it annoying.
Yeah, that is really fucky. I will straight up give you that. The Techhead, because I've never had to fight Techhead, but I have had to fight like a streamer supervillain at one point.
Yeah.
Because this was, I can't remember her name, but she was basically this like fucking rollerblading, idiot, like rollerblading, dyed hair girl. I can't fully remember her name or anything, but she straight up annoyed the piss out of me.
Yeah.
Because she would consistently, and I mean consistently, like stream every fight I had with her. Because she was clearly doing this shit for attention. She wasn't like an actual villain, but she would like piss off supervillains just to get them to fight her. And then me being, you know, a street level villain, a street level hero, like just I'm not a villain. Don't start that. I'm not undercover. I'm not undercover. Like basically me being the street level hero that I am, I obviously have to go and save her. And she just fucking, like, she was just so annoying because she would be, like, live streaming everything and would just be, like, doing whatever was trendy at the time, like, making up stupid stuff. Like, you know that annoying little song, Sticking Out Your Gat for the... I swear, I fought her last week and she was singing that song the entire time.
I'm guessing it worked then.
No, she doesn't even get that. Like, I actually looked at one of her live streams. She doesn't actually get that many views. At most, she gets 120 views per live stream. And at that point, I'm like, what's the point? Like, literally, what's the point of doing this? Because she actually gets more views by gaming. Because she has gaming live streams. And you know what? I think I know why she gets more views for gaming. Because she's not wearing a full-on superhero costume. And she's just, like, in her fucking, like, pajamas. And people can see a lot of what they want to see.
Oh, boy.
But other than that, like, what's the point of doing all of that? What is the point? Like, if you're making more money doing something else entirely, why do you keep going out and doing this? She's probably one of those thrill seekers you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Ugh, boy. Oh well. But she's not the most annoying she's not the most annoying villain I've ever had to fight. The most annoying villain I've ever had to fight is a girl who literally stole her name from a freaking cartoon, and she calls herself Lord Dominator.
Oh boy.
And you wanna know what's funny? She has the exact same powers as the cartoon character.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she can control... Well, not exactly, because I think in the cartoon, Lord Dominator could control lava and ice. Here, she can control, like, lava, well, fire. She can control fire and I think in, like, some forms of electricity. That's what she can do. And the thing is, I don't mind fighting her. It's just that she's really fucking annoying.
Ugh.
Like, I can fight this bitch any day of the week, and it'll be, like, a very, very easy fight. Very easy fight. Just get in, get out, take her down, easy. Not that big of a deal.
Just throw a sock at her and she loses instantly.
Huh?
Just throw an orange sock at her.
An orange sock?
That's what the main character of Wander Over Yonder looks like to me. He looks like a walking orange sock.
He does, and he's voiced by Fix-It Felix Jr.
Oh no!
Or if you want to be like seriously technical with your references, the main villain from the Odd Squad movie.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah, it's based off that old PBS Kids show, which I'm gonna be dead serious here. I can't remember where what the hell Odd Squad even was until like my baby cousins forced me to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because, like, I babysit my baby cousins a lot, alright? I see them more as little siblings than I do as cousins because of how much time I've spent with them. And I know for a fact that I would not know so many freaking kid shows if it wasn't because of those adorable little nuggets. Those little chipmunk chicken nuggets, that's what I call them.
Yeah.
But, like, basically, like, they forced me to watch the fucking Odd Squad movie with them. And a part of me... Like, I don't know why, but every time I watch, like, kid shows that are clearly made for, like, little kids, I always just think, like, how hilarious this stuff would be if this stuff existed in real life. Like, you know the show, that, like, animal show Wild Kratts about these two brothers that have the technology to, like, take on the abilities of any animal they have. The amount of supervillains I have fought that have the same abilities as animals is hilarious. Because every time I'm watching this, a part of me is like, every time I watch that show with them, a part of me is like, you know, I'm pretty sure that they would end up that if they ever got bored, that they would be like menaces to society if they ever got bored doing that shit. Like, if they were just like done, they could be like Curtis the Frog and be like, let me just use my abilities to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
Like, I look at these brothers and I know they like their money folded, not rolled it. I mean, shit, rolled it, not folded. But getting back to the question, like, yeah, I hate fighting her because she just never shuts the hell up when we're fighting. She is consistently talking. And you think I'd be used to villains that make, like, really stupid quips because I used to work with Arachnid all the time?
Yeah.
But, like, no, Arachnid did not get me used to it. Because the thing about Arachnid is that he's at least funny. He knows how to deliver his jokes. This girl stumbles over her words, and and she doesn't even have a speech impediment. That's the big thing. She doesn't even have a speech impediment. If she had a speech impediment, then it wouldn't bother me because, yeah, like, she can't really she can't speak, you know, as fluently as a young British scholar. But, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But no, she deliberately, like, fumbles over her words and, like, straight up never gives punchlines to her jokes, and it's annoying. And I think she knows it's annoying, which is why she does it, and it still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Ugh, God. Like, I don't get this shit. I really don't. Ugh, it is annoying. What I also know is going to be annoying is making the thumbnail for this video because I don't know how to draw. And I know, like, and I'm probably just going to end up recreating us in, like, fucking gacha characters. If you know anything about that little avatar maker game thing.
Yeah.
Which I think I could do a pretty good job at. Because, like, they have a lot of customizations, so.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. Okay. Like, this was all about pet peeves, and we have gone on, like, 17 different tangents, but hey, they're fun. A tangent isn't a tangent if it's fun. But here's something I've always wondered. Like, in terms of the whole annoyances. What is something that villains consistently do that just pisses you the hell off, that if they stopped doing, they would probably be either better villains or it would just be a lot easier for both parties involved?
Well, just stopping, I guess.
Yeah, but like, if a supervillain stopped doing a specific thing, like, not only would it be easier on you, but they might actually win some of the fights that they've had. Like, because I know for a fact that I have been in several situations where if a supervillain stopped fucking monologuing, I would have, like, they either would have won or I wouldn't be as pissed off.
Or maybe if they stopped letting heroes have their grand speeches.
Yeah, that is true. Although I don't really know many heroes that have those grand speeches when they're not fighting or when they're not doing something, because I think most heroes realize multitasking is a skill you need in this line of work. For the most part. Have you sobered up a little bit? Cause you don't seem as drunk as you used to.
A little bit.
And you've gone through like 4 of this 6-pack. I might have to pull out another one. Oh, there are your pretzels. Here are your pretzels.
Thank you.
Damn, them are some soft pretzels, ain't they? They ain't the normal little snackage they usually give us.
Help yourself, dude.
Huh? Yeah, thanks.
Help yourself.
Pass me that cheese sauce. Damn. Love me the soft pretzels. Like, I swear, the soft pretzels here taste very different than they do, like, everywhere else. Like, I wonder how they do that, how they get that.
It's because they kidnapped a guy who works at Disneyland.
I mean, these taste better than Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know, let's get a little bit off topic from the superhero stuff. What is a funny, like, I want to talk about, like, something, like, a little bit real for a minute. What was something that scared you when you were a kid? Like something that's innocent now or that's like aimed at kids but scared the absolute shit out of you when you were a kid?
Well, amusement park mascots.
Understandable.
Yeah. It's like just their eyes constantly staring, judging, the grins, a sea of grins.
I fucking hated animatronics for the exact same reason. They're so uncanny.
And especially like the freaking amusement park mascots has eagerness to take you into the gentleman's rescue and show you Herman, the hairy snake who only comes out for good little boys and girls with poor gag reflexes.
Jesus Christ. The hell?
I think I might have had an awful childhood.
Yeah, that sounds like an awful childhood.
Why am I laughing? It's terrible.
Ugh, Jeebus. Yeah, well, sometimes laughing the pain away can be very helpful.
Yeah.
Extremely helpful. Yeah. Well, do you have any pets?
I got 2 cats.
Oh.
Their names are Lugosi and Karlov.
Lugosi and Karlovs.
No, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff.
Yeah, I got the reference. It took me a little bit. I had to think.
Yeah.
I have, okay, so this is probably going to give me a little bit of trouble for admitting this, but I have a space fox.
A space fox?
Well, I call them space foxes, but I have a fox who, he's basically from space, and he has a void in his tail where he keeps things, and his name is Otieno.
Otieno.
Yeah.
Is that a reference to something?
No, it's just a really cool name that I decided to call him, and he is freaking adorable.
Yeah, you should have called him Swiper.
Swiper. I'm not calling him Swiper, okay? I've grown out of my Dora the Explorer phase. I am an older gentleman now, alright? I believe Go Diego Go is the superior show.
Oh, dude, I just looked up something. You're gonna fucking hate this.
What?
FaZe Clan pizza rolls.
FaZe Clan pizza... What?
Remember them?
I forgot FaZe was a thing.
It's like back during the days of quick scope montages. Nope, there's Buffalo Chicken FaZe Clan pizza rolls, and I'm gonna buy like 5 packs of that shit.
That is gonna be so funny. Your wife is gonna be pissed.
She's gonna be pissed, but hey, she can't say no to pizza rolls.
Yeah, she can't say... No, she's gonna be pissed because not only did she hate FaZe growing up, because I remember I was talking to her the other day about this, and I'm like, hey, what was a trend you really hated, or what was something that you really hated seeing on the internet? She's like, anything related to, like, YouTube teams. Like, I hated FaZe, I hated, like, fucking... I didn't just hate FaZe, but, like, I think she gave me, like, a list, but I can't remember, and I asked, well, what about, like, the Yogs cast? Like, what about them? She's like, those are the only exceptions because she still loves Minecraft. Like, I think she... Yeah, isn't there, like, a superhero Minecraft server that we all play on occasionally? I know I still do.
Yeah, it's just... I think it's just called City of Heroes.
City of Heroes. What's funny is that even though I have entered no building competitions, people still vote my house on the server as the best house. Even
I don't know why.
I think it's because of the inside, because my house is... Because, like, when you look outside, my house is basically just, like, a little mountain thing. It's literally like a big wooden shack on a mountain, but then you go inside of it, and I straight up hollowed out that entire mountain.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made like a small lakeside house.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very cozy. Very cozy. I think Solar Man, he straight up created a big ass castle.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he needs a big ass castle. Like, seriously, dude straight up has like the biggest house on the entire thing, and it's just like, seriously, dude, you don't need a castle this big. It is huge. And I'm just trying to figure out where the hell And he has a lot of resources too. A part of me thought he was hacking for a second, but no, he's not.
Guy can't cheat in creative mode. He's legitimately good at the game.
Yeah.
Wait, does he have like generators like underneath his house?
No, like he has an iron farm, and like he's got like a bunch of villagers. But like besides that, I don't think he's got like straight up generators.
I've never understood the idea of like making a Minecraft player home a castle, because like that just seems like way too much work for something that's relatively unnecessary. Like, as a building project to look at, I get, but like YouTubers who like make their base of operations a castle, unless it's like Stampy's Wonderful World or something like that, I don't really get it.
Yeah, because Stampy straight up, like, he built everything in that world from the ground up. He just straight up, like, because like he was just trying to throw in mini games and other cool shit, but here
it's just like a total farewell to taste.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, you brought up superhero movies as a thing. How do you feel about superhero video games?
I think it's mostly a hit and miss for me, because like some of them are like really well put together and really fantastic, but then you get to others and they're just like, no. Like, no. Like, I swear, Arachnid refused to let anyone make a video game based off of him for, what was it, 10 years? And then, like, his favorite video game company reached out to him and said, hey, we want to make a video game based off of you. And he jumped at the opportunity at the time, and it is one of the best superhero video games I've ever played. It is fantastic. Like, have you played it recently?
Yeah. Really like how they got Warbly Jets for the theme song. That was nice.
Yeah. Like, it is fucking amazing how great this game is. And I'll be real here, I was surprised. I was genuinely surprised at how well paced it was too. Cause like, they didn't reveal this dude's identity whatsoever, but they really captured the feeling of like being a genuine superhero.
Yeah. You know, outside of what we normally do.
Yeah, most of the time we're just shooting the shit.
Yeah. Hey, do you mind if we cut things off here? Like, I'm getting like a lot of texts from my wife. She's wondering where I am.
Yeah, alright, dude. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for listening to this first episode of the podcast. And hopefully by the time it comes out, all of you have have at least watched a good amount of it. And with all of that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.